for us right there. Looks like we've got some folks. Looks like we've got some folks here from North Carolina. I can see Alabama, Pittsburgh. It is fantastic. We've got people from coast to coast, and I'm going to go ahead and get us started. And hello, everyone from all the areas that you are zooming in from. So we want to thank you for coming this morning or this afternoon to join us for our coffee with Jim and Sonora. And we're going to share with you an incredible company and information, as well as a unique opportunity. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to turn it over to our host and guest speaker, Mr. Jim Tanner. But let me tell you just a little bit about him as well. Mr. Tanner is our vice president of our New England market, and he handles all the states over in that area. He is doing a fantastic and phenomenal job. He has a ginormous team, which is actually coast to coast, as well as in Canada. He knows how to do the business as well as to grow, mentor, and assist everyone that's on the team. And I'm just so excited that he is here this morning, afternoon to share with you something that was shared with me not too long ago. And he's been in this business over 20 years, and he definitely knows how to do the business, knows all the answers to all the questions. And without ado, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Mr. Jim Tanner. Mr. Tanner.
Sonora, thank you very much, and welcome everyone. I'm going to throw it back to you, Sonora, in a second. So enjoy a cup of hot coffee for 1 second. I'm just going to say that I'm going to be brief here today, and I'm going to respect your time. As I said kind of before we hit record, we got folks joining us. This event is taking place in coffee shops, living rooms, and other spaces where some of you were invited by a long distance friend. You're by yourself maybe, and some of you have done this where there's 2 or more of you gathered together. So as normally when we do a Zoom meeting of this type, we can kind of tell how many people are actually involved in the presentation just by looking at the participants list. But a lot of the participants that you see today represent 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 folks that are gathered around in a Panera or a Pete's or a Starbucks and learning this information together. And so I'm excited for you. And I'm excited that you could all join in today. And I am going to be brief, but I asked Sonora just kind of before we got started if she could just share a little bit about what it is she does in Colorado Springs, Colorado for our company, because I think that is valuable for you to understand that not only do we have this incredible opportunity that I'm going to share with you, but we have leaders across the map that do the mentoring for people. So I'm going to throw it back to her in a few minutes after I get us kicked off, and she's going to share a little bit about that. But as we get going today, I just want to tell you that this is a business of people that help people. I mean, that's about as complicated as our business is. And if you like helping people find out about something that's valuable and can help them, then you're probably in the right presentation, I think. I mean, when I saw this 20 years ago, I said to myself, listen, I've got to do this. And we're expanding our business in communities like yours in the United States and Canada. And so here's why we've invited you today. We're seeking people to join our mission. I'm going to share with you that our company has a deep-seated, clear vision for a future radically different than the present in our US and in the United States as well as Canada. And that mission is to bring equal access to equal justice to every corner of every community. So we're seeking people that want to join our mission. I'm going to try to sway you today in the few minutes I have with you to join us on this mission. We're also seeking people that will refer us to others, because while we know exactly what this company does and what our services mean to the people that have them, most people have never heard of what you're about to see today. And we're seeking business owners that want a competitive advantage, both in the operations of their business, as well as to have an advantage when it comes to attracting the key talent they need to grow their business. And then, of course, not just attracting talent, but retaining them as well. And we're going to be talking about how you can be involved in the opportunities. So I think it's valuable to say, who are the people that are involved today? Well, it really runs the gamut. But just to give you a few ideas, first, it's people that are focused on this as a career. When I got started at 28 years old in this business, the one thing I knew was I did not like what I did for a living. I actually had a full-time job during the day delivering furniture and a part-time job at the mall at night in a retail store. And between those 2 jobs and commuting, that was 80 hours a week of my life. The problem with that, it wasn't that I was afraid to work hard. The problem was I wasn't getting ahead. I mean, my basic needs were met. Most of my bills were paid, although there was times where I would have to, and routinely, unfortunately, choose between gas for my car and food. I didn't have reliable transportation. I was one disaster away from disaster. If the car broke down, if anything happened, because I was on that knife's edge. So I was looking to make a new career. And when I saw what I'm showing to you today, I said, this is the career I want. But that's not the case for everybody that's seeing this presentation. Some of you are trusted advisors. You're professionals in the real estate community, the insurance community. You're involved in your Chamber of Commerce or BNI. You're the people that everybody looks to for advice and counsel. And I want to be here today to show you our company so that as a trusted advisor, you can be involved with us one way or another to help people get these services that we provide. And also, we have people that value flexibility and fulfillment above and beyond everything else. See, when I got started in this business, I was single. But today I'm a husband, I've got an 8-year-old daughter, and my daughter, I'm proud to say, has never known a dad that works outside of the home or has to say no when it comes to things that she needs me to be there for. I can be at the school for all the events. And that wasn't the case growing up for me. My mom was a single mom. She worked third shift at General Electric, and she did her best to be at things when she could, but most of the time she couldn't be there. I just wanted a different life for my daughter. Some of you, that's your situation. You value the flexibility and the fulfillment of something meaningful above and beyond everything else. And I'm going to show you today why you can be in a position where you don't have to choose financial reward over the ability to be the places you want to be, where you can have total control of your schedule and uncapped income if you choose to get involved with us. And who is us, right? I'm not trying to be mysterious, but this is our home office headquarters in Ada, Oklahoma. We're North America's leading provider of legal safeguards and one of the leading providers of identity theft protection for individuals, families, and small businesses. Today, 35,000 companies offer our flagship products called Legal Shield and ID Shield. I'm going to show them to you briefly here in a moment. 70,000 businesses in the United States and Canada use our small business plans to get the same legal muscle, the same consultation power, the same advocacy and rights as a Fortune 500 company. Can you imagine if you were the one that helped every business on your Main Street USA to have that same legal muscle that Fortune 500 companies have? Today, 4 million people, it's actually 4.4 million right now, count on us to make sure that they get a chance to live their lives worry-free with our services. And in that home office at headquarters in rural Oklahoma, sitting high on a hill, 700 employees go to work every day, some that have been there for not just years, but decades and decades, because our 51-year-old company has already stood the test of time, and the employees are as sold out on the mission as those of us as independent associates are in the field. And so this is a company that was started by a visionary founder in 1972. He took it from his own kitchen table to the American Stock Exchange, then the NASDAQ, then to the New York Stock Exchange. At one point, when our founder, Mr. Harlan Stonecipher, was in ill health and retiring, MidOcean Partners came in and acquired our company for $650 million. Now, the reason I tell you that is because that's important, right? Because you're looking at a business today and you're saying, hey, is this a reputable business? Well, I can tell you this. MidOcean Partners, before they wrote a check for $650 million, did a lot more than a Google search. They made sure that, they pulled every document out of every file cabinet. They talked to every employee and every associate in the field. They talked to the attorneys and made sure that what they were investing in was something that would be here for the long haul. And today, that investment has paid off. We're a $2 billion company and growing by leaps and bounds, but still really the best kept secret in America. And so I want to show you our flagship products for a moment. This is the Legal Shield mobile app today. Now, when I got my membership at 19 years old, which is 10 years before I got involved in the business, what you got back then was a laminated plastic card with your law firm's phone number on it, like a Blockbuster video card. Some of you remember that, right? But that's what it was back then. And even that was powerful, but it's never been as powerful as it is today, because you can get legal muscle. You can actually, just from this app, request a consultation directly from the app with your attorneys. You don't have to play phone tag. You can just provide the best contact method and the time that you want to be called, and your attorney will do that for you. Now, some of you are saying, well, I don't need an attorney. And I'm going to show you in a second why that is very commonly thought, but proven incorrect very quickly. You can easily upload documents to support your requests, and you can sign in using all the biometric features that you're used to from your mobile phone. And you might be saying, okay, so what is this, Jim? Like, what is so exciting about Legal Shield? Well, what if I told you that mobile phone app could be on your phone, your spouse's phone, all of your children's phone for $1 a day on a subscription service. And that subscription service gave you access not to any attorneys, but 6,000 attorneys nationwide that stood ready to answer your call when you need them. And they weren't new attorneys. They just got out of law school. They were hoping for a new client, but they were some of the most vetted and well-established attorneys in the nation with an average lawyer experience of 22 years, an average law firm tenure of 19 years. And as I said, 6,000 attorneys standing ready. Well, here's what it does. And I want you to think, would you use lawyers if you didn't have to check your checking account and pay $200, $300, $400, $500 an hour if you could just tap an app and get what you need, like personal legal advice on an unlimited number of issues? You don't have to ask your cousin. You don't have to talk to your friend who's not a lawyer. You don't have to Google it and hope for the best. What you do instead is you talk to an attorney that's an expert in the area of law that you have a question in. You understand how many legal situations could be prevented just by talking to an attorney first? Well, the reason most of us don't do it is because of the cost of attorneys, the cumbersome effect of having to find an attorney that might be the person that can help you, getting them to give you a call back. But all of that is resolved with this mobile app. They'll write letters and make phone calls on your behalf. They'll review every document before you sign it. Think about the peace of mind. The next time somebody puts a document in front of you that was prepared by their attorney to protect their best interest, and it might be a cell phone contract, could be a car, you're purchasing a car, you're renting an apartment, getting a condo, whatever it is, instead of just signing it and hoping it's fair, instead of just clicking agree on a screen and hoping you did the right thing, to have the same legal muscle that the wealthy have and just have that document reviewed by your attorney first. That's powerful peace of mind. I'll just tell you a quick story about the first time I used my membership at 19 years old. I had a landlord tell me that I wasn't getting my security deposit back, even though I didn't break the lease, even though I didn't damage the property. He just didn't think I could do anything about it. This was his words to me, standing on my doorstep that day when I was preparing to move. He said, "You will never see that $500. And one day later, 24 hours after that, I was holding a check for $500 that he wrote out and handed to me. He called me at work. He said, "Come and get this check. I don't want any problems from your attorneys." Why? Why did that happen? Because I didn't get bullied or pushed around. I just talked to my attorney, told them what the situation was. They overnighted a letter to inform my landlord what my rights were and what they were going to do about it. And that's how I got that money back. I have never been pushed around in the American economy, bullied, or wondered what to do, because I've had Legal Shield my entire adult life. And I truly and desperately want that for every citizen as they move about our US and Canada marketplaces. But that's not all it does. Because yes, you can tap the app and have all of that, but when the IRS comes calling, you have IRS audit assistance. If somebody tries to sue you, you're covered there. Uncontested divorce, adoption, separation, name change, all of that covered. What if you get a speeding ticket? What if one of your kids, your teenage drivers, gets a speeding ticket? I think we all agree that car insurance prices are high enough without having these things on your record. And they don't just, when you get something on your record, it doesn't just send your car insurance up once, sends it up over and over again and for a long time, right? But what if instead, whether you got that ticket down the street from your house going to the grocery store or all the way across the country, you could just take a picture of it with your own phone, and instantly and securely that ticket information goes to your law firm, who will then go and represent you in traffic court in the area where you got the ticket. Wouldn't that be substantial peace of mind? Well, that's exactly what this does. And that was the second way that I ever got to use my Legal Shield membership. I had gotten a speeding ticket. I just simply was not paying attention. Some people would call it a speed trap. I'll let somebody else decide if that's what it was, but I got the ticket. And as a kid, I didn't know what to do. But here's what I did know, that if I had any issues with my license, points on my license, that at my job, they had told me clearly that I would be fired. So I was hopeful that my attorney could do something. And I went with him to traffic court that day. We got to go first, by the way, because the judge said, "Does anybody here have an attorney?" See, the judge didn't respect my time, but he respected the attorney's time. So we went first. My attorney said a few things I didn't understand. And minutes later, we were out the door. All had been dismissed. Now, that doesn't happen every time perfectly like that. But when it's a defensible ticket, wouldn't you agree that having an attorney represent you in traffic court, instead of flipping that ticket over, signing it, admitting guilt to a crime and sending it in just because you're too busy to deal with it, don't you think that it would be better to have an attorney take care of that for you, for your spouse, for your kids, for your grandkids? And that's what happens. And what about your will? What about this last love letter that we all should be preparing for our families? Well, with a will, a living will, and your financial power of attorney done through your Legal Shield mobile app and made simple, whether you do it through the app or through the portal that you get on our website, it makes it this powerful package, not only affordable because it's included in your membership, Not only something that gives you peace of mind because you can update it every year. And by the way, most of the 20% of Americans that actually do get their will done rarely update it. But the fact is, if I could be so bold, and I think that's what you'd like to have me do here is tell you what's going on. The fact is that every time you buy a house, sell a house, buy a car, sell a car, get married, get divorced, retire, change jobs, have kids, have grandkids, any of these life events that happen in your life really trigger you to have your will updated. And most people never do that. As a matter of fact, even if you had none of the life events that happen over the course of 12 months, the laws would probably change, which would trigger you needing to get your will updated anyway. But most people understand that it's cumbersome and confusing. They also understand that it's expensive, so they never do it. But our Legal Shield members get their wills done and updated every year at no additional charge. And what about the peace of mind of 24/7 emergency access? Maybe you're getting arrested, questioned, detained. Maybe your kid or grandkid is the good kid in the wrong place at the wrong time. Wouldn't it be wonderful if at 2 o'clock in the morning, you could have your attorney pick up the phone? Now, this is a level of coverage that I would suggest that even the wealthy, for the most part, don't have access to. But our Legal Shield attorneys stand ready 24 hours a day to pick up the phone when you call, because when you have an emergency, you can't wait until their office opens at 9 o'clock the next morning. So this mobile app, and of course the digital portal version that you can access from any computer, is powerful, and it gives people incredible peace of mind. And this is why 4.4 million customers have signed up for these services, and thousands are signing up every day for these services as well. And we have legal plan supplements that speak to the needs of everybody in the community. I just gave you a quick overview of our flagship Legal Shield product, but we have trial defense, we have business owner plans, we have rideshare, Uber and Lyft plans, we have plans for people that own a firearm, we have the peace of mind for small business owners. Do you know that nearly 60% of small business owners that have had a legal event in the past 2 years didn't hire an attorney because of the expense? What if we could take care of that for every business owner in your community? See, most business owners are ultimately priced out of the system, meaning they don't have the same access to a solution for legal events in their business that their competitors have. And with our Legal Shield small business plan, you can have legal consultation and advice, consultation in every specialty area of law, contract and document review, phone calls and letters by your attorneys, debt collection letters, everything that would give you that peace of mind. Now, again, I only have a few minutes here with you while we're having this little session over coffee, but we also have a plan for commercial truck drivers. Those people that keep our economy moving by moving goods across the map need representation as well. And they have it here, as you'll see, whether it's for moving violations or license reinstatement, property damage collection, personal injury collection, all of the things that would let those drivers sleep better at night. Those are really the broad overview of our Legal Shield product for families, and then some of the specialty plans. And our other flagship product is called ID Shield. And ID Shield, by the way, does exactly what you think a product called ID Shield would do. It monitors what matters. It gives you a great mobile app to monitor your identity, which, by the way, I got to let you know, is different than your credit score. Your identity is who you are. It's your good name in the community. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. And that is what matters, and that's what the thieves want. So yes, we have the monitoring for all of the areas of your life so that you know if your information is on the dark web. That you know if someone tries to change your address at the post office, that you know what's going on. We have the ability for you to manage, perhaps for the first time in your life, your reputation on social media. As yourself or someone that you were in a photo with, or one of your kids is posting on these social media sites, wouldn't it be nice to have control, the levers of control back over these companies to know what's going on with your name surrounding it and as a part of it? That's what you get with ID Shield. And with a $3 million protection plan for your identity theft related losses, you can sleep worry-free knowing that you have what's called comprehensive restoration. And here's what that means, because I just want to say this to you as a friend. I'm sure you have some form of identity theft monitoring plan, whether it's through your bank or credit union, whether it's through your homeowner's insurance or one of your credit cards. You have some form of monitoring, and monitoring is absolutely important. We do that too. Everybody does that. But can everybody say this? Licensed private investigators will step in for you as an identity theft victim and do whatever it takes for as long as it takes to restore your identity, your good name, your brand in the market, what people say about you when you're not in the room, restore it back to the pre-theft status. And that's why we're constantly being awarded as one of the top identity theft solutions in the marketplace. Now, we have these two flagship products called Legal Shield and ID Shield. And when you combine them together, most people get both plans. You also get credit counseling and education with the dual plan. That means you've got the law firms advocating for you in credit matters, including sending letters to the credit bureaus. You've got ID Shield and those folks giving you advice and consultation on how to best manage your credit information and to have the best credit that you can have. Isn't that powerful? And again, I only have a few minutes, but you also have the ability to cover your whole family. With these price points I'm going to show you, you can cover the member, your spouse, your dependent children. You have power to cover an entire family. And of course, we have our business owner plans as well. Now, before I step out of the way and turn it back over to Sonora Danzler for a moment, I also wanted to share with you that I only had a moment to talk about Legal Shield and ID Shield. I touched on small business. I'd mentioned at the top of my presentation that we also can help these business owners attract and retain key talent. And we have the ability to offer Legal Shield and ID Shield as a voluntary employee benefit on the job site for the business owners in your community. Some of you own businesses with employees and you would like to have this. We can help you offer this as part of your voluntary benefits package, which means no cost to the company, but a significant improvement of your bottom line. Having happy, healthy customers, employees of your business, having them coming to work on time and happy, not having them worried about their last traffic ticket, the last fight with their spouse or ex-spouse, not having them wondering what to do about legal situations and financial and credit related issues in their life because they have these services. And of course, for the commercial truck drivers and all the supplements as well. But the reality is, I'm going to show you the pricing in a second. We have put together a package that allows you to have both of these services at a price that almost every family in America can afford. But we also have a program called Member Perks, which gives you access to hundreds of companies. And in my family, we save more every month with Member Perks than the investment in our Legal Shield and ID Shield membership, making it a no-brainer as far as why we would have this. And this might be entertainment like Disney Plus and other streaming services. It might be your gym membership, technology like software and hardware, travel, hotels and rental cars, and just about everything else you can think of. When you have 4.4 million customers, the biggest brands in the world want to do business with those customers. And that's why we were able to create Member Perks and pass that savings along to you. And as you can see on the screen, the average member of our services using Member Perks saves $49 per month. So here's the pricing breakdown. Our Legal Shield plan, which covers you and your entire family, $1 a day. And I know if I didn't share this with you earlier, you would have been saying, what kind of attorneys can I get for $1 a day? Well, you get the best attorneys. Last year, we paid our law firm network $110 million. See, it's not your dollar. It's your dollar plus my dollar plus 4.4 million people paying into a system that allows us to put you in a position that when you tap that app on your own phone and you call into your law firm, you are that law firm's most important client. You can protect yourself with the ID Shield plan for $19.95 a month. We have a family version of ID Shield that covers you and your spouse and your dependents for $34.95 a month. And most people get both of our plans together. If you have a family, that's $64.90 per month. I'll just show you what that looks like, because you can earn anywhere from $70 to over $370 by sharing these services with people, or inviting them to a coffee hour like this that we're having today, letting people know. We actually also have a mobile app that allows you to send videos that people can watch anytime, 24/7, and even sign up on your website. And when that happens, you can get paid anywhere from $70 to over $370 when someone signs up for these services. You can build a team. Not only are you helping somebody else create a new income stream into their household, but our company will pay you a percentage called an override on the production that your team makes as well. And I think the most powerful and maybe captivating part of our compensation model is that you own the book of business. The residual income, meaning that every membership that stays on the books month after month and year after year continues to pay you as a reward for signing up that member in the first place. My first customer that I signed up 20 years ago is still on the books right now, and I get paid every month on that membership. And the question I often ask people is, what are you getting paid on today that you did 20 years ago? And frankly, do you like the answer to that question? So we have that ability, residual income. We have Fast Start training and a Fast Start program called Fast Start to Success that allows you to capture an additional $700 in bonus money just for getting started. So here's just a couple examples so I can kind of make it real world. On our $64.90 membership, you can earn anywhere from $300 to $2,292 by protecting 4 families a month with the services I just went over. And just ask yourself, what would you use that money for? I'm sure most people could come up with an answer to that pretty quickly. But if you put together a little team of 25 people and they were doing the same thing, not only would they be earning great side income, but you could earn $120,000 a year in overrides on that team that you put together. And I'm going to ask Sonora Danzler to come back in and join me here for a moment, but I'm going to talk about Performance Club, which is a way that we're able to earn additional cash bonuses every month. Protecting a few families a month consistently allows you to earn anywhere from $200 to up to $500 a month in what we call Performance Club cash bonuses. That's real cash. And as you can probably get from the picture on the screen, we also go on vacations all over the world. And over the last 2 decades now, my family's walked the beaches of the world. We've even been to Iceland and rode snowmobiles on a glacier. All expenses paid, no expenses spared by this company. And I would love for you to join us on these trips as well. So Sonora, I just wanted you to come back on, maybe share a moment of your story as well, and talk about what it is that you do as an individual building this business yourself, but also what you do for the company in the Colorado Springs market. Back to you.
Hey again, everyone. Thank you so much, Mr. Tanner, for going over all of that information with all of our guests today. It is amazing and definitely a no-brainer in regards to the services and all the information that you shared with us, as well as that opportunity. So just want to share with everyone a little bit about myself. I actually came into the business. I came from corporate America. I was working about 70, 80 hours plus per week, but I was missing all the important things that was very important to me. I was missing, my husband, the kids, family, faith, and fitness. And then I saw this opportunity, the same information that you're taking a look at right now. And I said to myself, hey, I could actually do this in my spare time. It'll definitely fit into all of my busy schedule. Well, fast forward to today. I actually work the business part-time. I work with our small business owners, their companies, as well as their employees and their families. I'm also building a team from coast to coast. I'm here in the Colorado Springs, Colorado area, and I'm a market leader here. And basically what that means is that I do events to go out and, just like we're doing today, like a coffee shop or something like that, or an event, and I present the information to the guests, let them know about our services, as well as the opportunity and that they can be involved and make some additional money, or, side money, as you would say, or even start a brand new career. I find that it is just so much fun having the opportunity to reach out and share this information with people, because there are so many people that are out there that don't know about our services, that don't know that they have options, that don't know that they also have an opportunity outside of the different things that they've seen thus far. So I really enjoy what it is that I do. We've got Mr. John right here, who is live with us here at the Panera Bread, and he's taking all the information in as well. And again, it's just so wonderful, and it's wonderful to share with all the people here. And I'm going to turn it back over to you, Mr. Tanner. And thank you so much for allowing me to share that information with everyone. And we'll let you go ahead and continue with the information with our guests.
Thank you very much, Sonora. And I've got 120 seconds left with you, but I would love for all of you to be able to say, listen, I'm in. So let me just talk to you about what it is to become an associate with us. Now, you can start this business part-time, spare time, in slices of time. You can work from anywhere. Like I said, the book of business that you're creating is willable to your estate, which means that you can create residual income for the lifetime of the membership, not your lifetime or my lifetime. That's powerful, because what you are able to do is build a legacy income. Now, my family, fortunately, we've built a 6-figure income just in residual income. And we're going to keep building this business, because my daughter, who's 8 years old today, I know that there will be generations of my family, her grandchildren and great-grandchildren, that will benefit from this business. Members of my family I'll never hold in my arms will financially be okay because of what we're doing today. And I am so excited about that for all of you that are watching. We have training. You've been to meetings like this where people said, well, we're going to help you, only to find out what they really meant was they were going to give you some brochures and let you go figure it out for yourself. We rise together. We transfer leadership to people by teaching you how the business works. And we're going to give you personal mentors and everything you need to succeed in this business. Now, This is a business you can start for a one-time associate setup fee of $49. That is a limited time offer. That's actually less than the administrative cost our company incurs setting you up as a new associate, which is a clue for you, because you are not, you joining the business is not the profit motive of the company. You helping us get the word out about these services is. And how do we get that word out? Well, we have presentations like this and that are done in the live markets like Sonora is talking about. You can plug people into Zooms that are live, recorded videos. We have a prospect app that allows you to send recorded videos to anyone, anywhere. Again, a business you can operate in slices of time. And I'm so grateful that I was able to do this. So let me ask you this in conclusion. How would you like to help us spread the word in your community? I'm sure by now you want every member of this community, every friend and every relative, every person you work with, everybody in your church, everyone you know, every business owner you do business with, to have Legal Shield and the peace of mind that comes with that, to have ID Shield and know that the next time identity theft lands at their front door, it won't be devastating to their life and it won't destroy the harmony in their household. I know you want that now. So my only question to you is, how do you want to help? Well, first of all, which person are you? And number one would say, I'm ready to get the services, but I don't know that the business is right for me. And I could probably talk to you about that and debate you on it. I'll bet some of you are thinking you're too busy or that you've got too many irons in the fire, but you want to get these services for yourself. That's no problem. You're number one. And we'd love for you to use the plans and then tell other people about how you use the plan. And then one of us will help those people get signed up for the services. And we'll be grateful, of course, because you saw the compensation plan. Maybe you're number two. You're ready to get the services. You're interested in joining us in the business and on the mission of equal access to equal justice for everyone, but you have some questions. And that's what all the leaders are here for. We can jump on a call with you and answer any questions that you have that are specific to you if you're number two. But I'll bet there's a whole bunch of number threes watching this right now, because that's what I was. When I saw this, of course, I already owned the membership for a decade. When I saw the fact that I could get involved in the business, I was like, sign me up. So if you're number three, if you're ready to get these services to protect yourself and your family, if you have one, and you want to get started for a one-time $49 associate fee as well, you're a number three. So whatever number you are, one or two or three, just if you're sitting next to the person that invited you, great, you're halfway there. But if you're not, just get back to that person that invited you today and they'll text you their website link. And if you feel like you have some questions you want to get answered, they'll connect you to one of our leaders, someone like myself that's been around a long time and has all the access to the answers that you would need. Thanks everybody for joining me. It's been my pleasure to have this little time with you. I hope you enjoyed your coffee. We look forward to working with you to help bring Legal Shield and ID Shield to every individual, every family, every business owner, every employee of those businesses, and every family member of those employees across the United States and Canada. We're excited we get to do it with your help. For those of you that are joining us on this mission, congratulations and welcome to Legal Shield.